Hi everyone, Jamie here from Starter Riot. Welcome back to Thank Punk. It's Friday. Here is your alternative music news. This week, Glassjaw at a moment's notice have released their third album, Material Control. Not only is it a surprise that it got announced last week and has come out this week, but it's also their first album in 15 years. But it's not like the band haven't been busy. They never actually broke up in that time. They had a string of single releases, EP releases, and side projects, most notably Daryl Palumbo's Head Automatica, which spawned the best pop song of all time, Beating Hearts Baby. But this isn't the way Glassjaw intended to release the album. They wanted to send out flexi discs to their fans with the album on, just as a surprise. They got delivered in the mail. 15 years, no word, boom, album in the mail. Cheers, lads. But that all went up when their label Century Media accidentally put the album on Amazon and thus leaked the details to everyone. After that, they released the first song, Shearer, last week. No, not spelled like Alan Shearer. And the albums followed today. If the first song's anything to judge by, it's just as weird as Glassjaw always were. No touring news in the UK just yet. The band are very well known for their intense live performances, but they have just come off a run in the US with The Used supporting them. The Used have just announced a new UK tour. Could they be bringing Glassjaw over? Two great releases this week from Big Scary Monsters. Tiny Moving Parts released a new track, Caution. Follows on from their fifth album, Celebrate, which came out last year. Probably signs of a new album soon, maybe early next year. The band were scheduled to be touring the UK with Knucklepuck this month. Unfortunately, that tour's been cancelled, but they have announced a tour in the US with Mom Jeans and Oso supporting. However, this all-male tour package sparked some comments from bands like Adult Mom, Slingshot Dakota, Kississippi, and Dikembe, commenting on the fact that there was not much diversity in this tour lineup. Now, this has led me to this question. Is positive discrimination for underrepresented groups in rock music like women, people of colour, or the LGBT community a good idea on tour packages? It's kind of a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, you do want these underrepresented groups to have more visibility in the scene, but then on the other hand, you don't want it to turn into tokenism where bands are just getting on tours because they have a woman in, or a person of colour, or a member of the LGBT community. Personally, as a man in a band with a woman in, I feel like we do get put on a lot of all-women bills. But what do you guys think? Should there be more of an effort to diversify these lineups, especially in these big tour packages which take bands across continents into loads of different markets, giving them great exposure? Do you have any personal experience of anything like this, either being barred from certain shows because of your identity, or being included in certain shows because of your identity? My band Smother recently played an all-day festival dedicated to women in music where all the acts had at least one female or woman identifying member. And while that was a great day, I'd hate for those kind of events to turn into something like second fiddle to the men's event, something like professional sports have turned into. Get in the comments below, what are some positive ways we can fix this inequality issue? Another great release from Big Scary Monsters, Nervous have released the song Sick Sad World. They finally announced their second album, Everything Dies, will be out on the 9th of March. Their debut album, Permanent Rainbow, came out late last year and it wasn't on my albums of the year list, but gosh darn, it should have been. It was an incredible emo and power pop album, and if that's anything to go by and this new song, then this second one will be just as good. They're on tour next week opening for Creeper, an incredible lineup. Creeper, Can't Swim, Microwave, Nervous, 4 incredible bands. I'm sure most people watching this will be going to that if you're in the UK. I know I will be. Speaking of Creeper, as it is near Christmas time, we've entered December now, they've covered The Fairy Tale of New York, originally by The Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. Be very interested to see if this is part of an album, a Christmas covers album, maybe? Again, can't wait to see these guys live. They've been in America too long. Good to have you back in the UK and playing shows again. Paramore have released a video for their incredible song, Fake Happy. Features Hayley Williams walking around New York in a glittery green and silver jumpsuit. Directed by drummer Zach Farrow, shot entirely on film, it looks incredible. It's from their amazing 5th album, After Laughter, which was released back in May on Fueled by Ramen. Paramore are back in the UK in January. I've got my tickets. I cannot wait. Martha have released a new song called The Winter Fuel Allowance Ineligibility Blues. It's a tale of love in the time of austerity. Martha continuing their streak of releasing incredible songs over and over and over again. This is out now on a 7-inch vinyl on their Bandcamp. I urge you to check it out. Census Fair released a new song called Double Cross. It's from their 7th album, If There Is a Light. It Will Find You. That'll be out on the 16th of February on Pure Noise Records. This is apparently a shift back to the sound that found them widespread success in the mid-2000s and led them to tour with bands like The Used and My Chemical Romance. I just want to point out this album art is absolutely incredible. According to the press release, some of this album deals with both the loss and birth of a child, and to confront that with album artwork like this is incredibly brave, beautiful, and very bittersweet image. Hardcore have released a new song called 300 Cigarettes. It's from their debut album No Discordance, which will be out on the 9th of February. I talked about their song Hellion, which they released on their mailing list a few weeks ago. Still listen to that song, it's absolutely incredible. Hardcore are fans of bands like the Menzingers, Alkaline Trio, the Flatliners, that kind of thing. Really, really great, catchy songs as well. And another band that sound kind of similar, Cold Years, released a song called Miss You to Death. This is kind of more on the Gaslight Anthem Springsteen side of the Menzingers, but similar kind of thing. Really cool song. Download Festival have made another announcement. A lot of bands that aren't really for me. Asking Alexandria, Black Veil Brides, In This Moment, Bullet for My Valentine, but one incredible name stands out on this list. Alexis on Fire, back in the UK, yes! Simply one of the best post-hardcore bands. Manchester Punk Festival have made their third announcement, including another headliner. Iron Chic will be joining Propaganda on the lineup. Other new bands announced include Apologies I Have None and Lightyear. The festival takes place late April every year. Come to Manchester and party with us, it'll be a great time. And finally, Evertim released a new song called Let Me Go. It's from their second EP, Your Heaven Held Me Well, which will be out January the 19th on Fox Records. Recently played a show with these guys, emo rock, very good, check them out. And that's all for this week. Get your comments in below on the inequality issue in touring. What can be done? Tell me down below. Thanks for watching. Pop a like on the video, really does make me feel better. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not already. We'll see you next week for more news, but for now, thank Punk, it's Friday!